This is the Reds POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Cincinnati Reds. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Good evening, Reds fans, and welcome to another edition of the Reds POSTCAST, brought to you by Locked On Reds and the Locked On Podcast Network. My name is Tim Daniel. I've been covering the Reds in podcast form for 5 years at different publications such as Late Night Reds and the Riverfront, and I thank you all for hanging out with me, even though the Reds do take a tough loss tonight to the Kansas City Royals, 3-2. If you're checking me out for the first time here on the POSTCAST, welcome. Thanks for hanging out. Happy to have you. Be sure to give us a nice subscription and follow along here. You can also follow my good friends Jeff Carr and Steve Offenbaker with Locked On Reds on Monday through Friday at this very feed as well. On tonight's show, I didn't think tonight was a bad loss. I thought they had their chances, and Kansas City just made one more play than they did, I guess. So I want to kind of get into that. There is some decision making tonight I do want to talk about, and we'll get to that as well. Hunter Greene today, second start back, wasn't super sharp, but battled, and we'll talk about that as well. And then how about Tyler Stephenson and Spencer Steer? Just keep hitting, keep finding hits, keep hitting the ball really well. Both of them had really good nights tonight. So we're going to talk about them too, and all that and a whole lot more. And of course, I'll hear from you guys as well. So let's go ahead and let's get started, shall we?
This is what you'll be talking about.
Now, like I said to start the show, there's been plenty of losses here where I can come in here and I can throw things and I can be irritated and I can be mad and I can just be, we've had plenty of those this year. Don't think tonight was one of those nights. I think tonight was baseball, right? Baseball's weird. Baseball has weird things happen. I think if you look at this series big picture as a whole, the Reds did what they needed to do. They won 2 out of 3. They competed in all 3 games. And, normally I'm not coming here to say moral victory by any means, but I thought today, just a baseball game. I thought it was a well-played game by both teams, and Kansas City got the better. Now, there are some things I didn't like, particularly, that I think led to the loss, such as your corner outfielders being Connor Joe and Garrett Hampson. Don't think that's a good idea. But the other was Santiago Espinal. And this is the thing about Espinal, where I certainly think that he is a valuable part of the team. And I certainly think that he belongs on the big league club. I think he belongs on the Reds. He has value. He's a good defender. He is a guy who can hit the ball the other way, can keep the ball in play, doesn't strike out a whole lot. There's a situation I don't like, and that is he can't be your 2-hole hitter. Now, I understand why they did it. McLean's been struggling for a long time. They bumped him down to the bottom of the order, and they put Espinal there to be someone who can just put the ball in play. And for the most part, he's done that. But there's been too many chances now where he's grounded to a double play late in a game when the Reds really needed as many at-bats as they possibly could get. Today was just an additional one on there. And today's 0 for 4. Does put the ball in play each time, so you definitely respect that. But I don't think, when we're talking about this team, and there's a lot to like right now about how the offense is going. You listen to Jeff and Steve talk about today. I thought today, the offense had 9 hits. They were good. But there's certainly questions, and there's certainly things that need to be fixed. And I get it. You're down to Elly Marte, who was hitting really, really well before he got injured. So you're down Jeimer Candelario, who, I don't know, do you want to ever see him again in a Reds roster? I don't think so. And then, of course, Christian Encarnacion Strand's out. So you're down guys that you were counting on. Normal. But with Espinal, I think that he's a fine player that's probably playing in a situation they don't need him to be in there. I think that's really where we're at. Now, things are now a little bit more interesting because if Austin Hayes has this injury, I don't know what they're going to do from there. But I guess CES is supposed to be back soon. It sounds like Marte got his MRI pushed up a little bit from what they're saying on the broadcast tonight. So that's good news. But the Reds have some decision-making to make, particularly against left-handed pitching. Now, give credit to Kansas City's pitcher tonight, Noah Cameron. He was really good. Nikita, it's not that serious. They just lost the game. Life happens, man. Sun comes up tomorrow. Everything's going to be all right. But they just got some decisions to make. So I am a big proponent. I think many people have said it. It's time to hit Elly Cruz second. Santiago Espinal cannot be getting the second most at-bats on the team. He's a guy who, Michaela said it earlier in the chat, thrives at the bottom of the lineup with less pressure. Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, William, it does sound like he had a contusion injury, so we'll see what that means. But I'm all for it. I think Friedel's been really good in the leadoff spot. It's just that spot in the middle, that spot between Elly. I think you bump Belly up. I think that's what makes most sense. Now, it's going to look a little different if Austin Hayes is out a little while. So we'll see what this looks like there at the end. But I feel like right now you have to kind of play with this a little bit. Espinal in the 2-hole position is not going well. Even before today's 0 for 4, hasn't been going well. So there's a decision to be made there because we're getting in this situation too much. They were cooking with gas. They were rolling. And you had Elly on deck. You get 2 runners on. He grounds to a double play then in the inning. It happened too many times. And again, baseball is baseball. Weird things happen. But that was rough. And then, normally we've seen this team be a little bit better with walks of late. They had 2 tonight. But they only struck out 5 times. So they put the ball in play. Like I said, I don't think they played bad tonight. I just think that didn't go their way. Happens sometimes. You certainly wanted to get that win back. You want to have that sweep going into Chicago feeling good, especially after just playing them last weekend and things not going your way. But they also had some things they were dealing with. Yeah, strike zone tonight, awful. Absolutely terrible. I don't blame any of those guys for getting ejected in the game. The strikeout, what they throw out on India. By the way, I haven't said this all this inning. This series, I really should have. Jonathan, he played well today. And got to give him credit. He's a guy I'm always going to root for. Obviously, I don't want him to do well against the Reds, but it's hard to dislike that guy. He wasn't, his rookie year was so fun, and I'm always going to wish the best for him. And I thought he played well today. So, other than that, I'm not saying I want him on the team right now by any means, but today was just kind of. I feel like Santiago Espinal hitting the 2 spot is managerial malpractice at this point, and. This lineup against left-handed pitching, they've got some decisions they got to make. I guess now if this Austin Hayes thing's serious, maybe Austin wins, gets some more at-bats, and at-bat is more than he has been getting. So we shall see. But move forward. Get ready for the Cubs. And maybe by then they have this other situation in Espinal hitting in the 2-hole because that has not been fun. Hunter Greene's second start back from the IL today, and he was okay. Wouldn't say he was great. Wouldn't say he was terrible. Feels like he's almost kind of getting his legs underneath him from being out for a few weeks. So we're going to talk about his start here in just a moment. We'll be right back right after this. Ever chink your bank account and wonder, where did all my money go? Between dining out, online shopping, and entertainment, it's easy to lose track. That's where Monarch Money comes in, your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money isn't just a budgeting app, it's a complete financial command center. You can track all your accounts, investments, and spending in one place, so you stop managing your money and start building wealth. My wife loves Monarch Money for the sake that we can put both our accounts up there. She can see, Tim, I saw you bought another baseball cap from Fanatics. Did you need this one? And of course I say, yes, honey, I did. But she can see on Monarch Money that I've been saving up for it, and I've been doing right and making sure we're okay. So take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com, code LOCKEDONMLB for 50% off your first year. Want to send a quick shout out to all of our everydayers here on the Reds Postcast. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you're checking me out for the first time, or like Aiden, who came yesterday for the first time, is back tonight. Welcome, Aiden. Good to see you. Aiden becoming an everydayer as well. Be sure to hit that notification button so you get all of our Reds content on a day-to-day basis, whether it's me after every single game or Jeff and Steve on Locked On Reds Monday through Friday. We are here for you on the Locked On Reds Network. And today, in a one-run game, there's obviously one thing that goes one way or another, and that's what kind of determines the game. Let's see what that was today.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Bobby Witt's hit down the first base line, which, I don't know. I'm curious if anyone has any thoughts in the chat. I'd love to see your comments. Kansas City has one guy you should legitimately be afraid of in the lineup, and it's him. And first base was open. I get it's Hunter Greene, and I love Hunter Greene, and he's incredible. I would have been okay if they intentionally walked him there to get to the next guy. Because Vinny Pasquantino had not hit very well this series. And I get it. Vinny Pasquantino is left-handed. But I'd have been willing to go the other route there. So, but yeah, if anyone else has any opinions on that, I'm happy to hear that as well. Let's talk about Hunter Greene today, because second start back, and I don't know, his last two starts, he's been good, but he hasn't been the Hunter Greene that we're used to yet. Okay, Johnny, that's fair. You know what, Johnny? You're right. I was wrong. You're right. Pitch around him there. Pitch around him. I think that's totally rational. That's 100% the truth. That's better than my answer. So, yes, you're correct. But I don't know. The strikeouts weren't there like they normally are for him. And like I said, I get it. Still getting comfortable again from being out for a couple weeks. Groin injuries suck. Took another one off the body. What is that? 3 times now he's gotten hit by a ball on a comebacker. It's crazy. But saw some things I liked for sure. The competitive nature from him is something that you're always going to appreciate. And I still think that he's going to end up having a great year. I mean, he's still got really good numbers. And yeah, Pat, why didn't Elly homer today? I mean, that double was sweet. That thing sounded so good off the bat. But only a 1 walk. The strikeouts just weren't there. And if you look at it, no one's going to be mad about 5 innings and 2 runs. So we shall see. His next start's going to be against the Brewers, a team that he's kind of had mixed results against in his career. So see how he does in that game. And hopefully it's good news, because big division, 2 back-to-back divisional series coming up. And I thought he was all right. I think he's going to be better in his next couple starts as he gets more starts back from being there. So, yeah, I haven't seen anything about if there's any issues with the comebacker. Seems like he was okay. Went out there and pitched a little more. So, but yeah, Greg, this is a good point. I don't disagree with this, honestly. I won't be able to fully believe in this team until they figure out how to win a game when tied or behind entering the 7th. I have no argument against that. What can you say against that? So that's, and we've seen it all season so far. Bullpen wise, so better than they have been, right? Scott Barlow throws an inning, gets 2 strikeouts. Iffy. Wasn't great. Luis May seemed like that was a little bit of a higher leverage situation than he's prepared for at this point. Not anything against him. Love him. Think the world of him. Think he's going to be a great talent. Think he's going to be a huge asset for the Reds in the future. And I'm glad he's getting major league experience. Probably just not the spot for him quite yet. But also, what options did you have with how you had to use your like we talked about a couple of days ago, the bullpen's been pretty taxed for a few weeks now. And Jabot was okay. Jabot just got the 3 outs. So I don't know. We'll see. But I like where this team's playing right now. And I get it. This Cubs series could completely erase all of that for me. But they had a chance to win all 3 Cub games. They blew 2 of them. We all know. They won 2 or 3 against Kansas City. I know Kansas City has been struggling of late, but they've played pretty good baseball throughout the year. I don't think they're playing terrible. I'm not excited. I'm not changing my opinion there. I think they're going to win the Central at any points by now, but I do feel like they're playing all right baseball, and it can definitely get better. But I'm not angry that they lost tonight. They've definitely had worse losses this year. Hey, let's get to our locked on player of the game today, because there's a couple guys I want to talk about.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
My OGs, Branch and Pat, they've been like every day since day one. So, Kyle, I'm with you. Kyle's here too. Good to see everybody. I'm so happy you guys all came to hang out today. Tyler Stephenson and Spencer Steer. Big days. Combined 6 hits in 8 plate appearances. Tyler Stephenson, I feel like every day I've been talking about Tyler Stephenson of late. He's been awesome. I mean, just really finding his stride again. Got that OPS back against it's a 773. Yeah, Johnny, I for sure got to talk about TJ Friedel Day too. And Spencer Steer. Those 2 RBIs are the only 2 scores they have the whole game, and they were huge, and they were in good situations. They're down. He gets the one that scores Austin Hayes that we're now hoping for the best for, and then the Elly the Cruz one where Elly hits the double, and that was man, what did that? I mentioned it already, but that swing. I love the home run swings for Elly. That swing, that's the swing that gets you fired up by Elly De La Cruz, and what you're seeing him kind of find these like this stride again. And important to note, put the ball in play all 4 times today. Only got 1 hit, but hits had a really sharp a line drive that was caught in the infield as well. So like what we're getting from him. I like where we're at with the offense. I do. I just feel like they got to get some better players. I think that's weird thing to say between the Hampsons and the Connor Joes. And I know Will Benson's won for his last 17, but still feel like most of the time he's making pretty good contact, and it's just kind of finding people. But Stephenson and Steer, to find these guys kind of really getting their stride has been, it's huge for this team. That changes everything. If you get those guys going, if they get Marte back in the near future and he keeps hitting the way he has, and eventually Matt McLain finally starts hitting again. I know this is the thing that comes up a lot where a lot of people are really mad about this. Look no further than Gavin Lux, who really struggled last year, the first half of the season for the Dodgers, and then after the All-Star break got hot and carried it to helping them win a World Series. I'm not saying Matt McLain's going to do that by any means, but I don't think we should count him out just yet. Feel like this is going to be interesting to see how things work out, because this Brewers series coming up is huge. Obviously, this Cubs series is huge. Would love to see them get the win today, but hey, life goes on, and I feel like things are moving in the right direction at least. Granted, that could all change after this weekend. I hope that's not the case. I hope we're still really excited and can pull some games off here at Wrigley. But we're going to go and close this one out tonight, guys. The Cincinnati Reds are unfortunately losers to the Kansas City Royals tonight, 3-2. The Royals 3 runs on 8 hits, no errors. The Reds 2 runs on 9 hits, no errors. Your winning pitcher tonight, I keep having to pull his name up, is Noah Cameron. He is now sitting at 2-1. Sorry. Losing pitcher's Hunter Greene. He's now at 4-3. And Carlos Estevez gets his 15th save of the year. Now, we have an off day tomorrow, so I'm going to enjoy some time with the family. I'm really looking forward to it. But Friday, the Reds are back at it, and they go to the friendly confines of Wrigley Field for a 3-game weekend set against the Cubbies. First pitch will be at 2:20 on Friday. Andrew Abbott will take the ball for the Reds, according to the MLB Ballpark app. Give the game. It says that the Cubs pitcher is TBD. I should probably get that information in the next couple of days. But looking forward to resting tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoy the off day as well. I'm Tim Daniel. Be sure to be tuned in for Jeff and Steve on Locked on Reds tonight as well. Everyone have a great night. I'll see you all Friday afternoon.